Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
All right. Okay, am I unmuted? Am I unmuted? Let me know. Hold up. Am I still in preview mode? Can you guys hear me? Hey. I hope y'all can hear me. Hi everybody. What's going on? How are you guys all doing? Oh, I see what happened. You guys, I have got to get this. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, girl. I was like, why? What? Huh? Can y'all hear me? Okay. No, because the screen is telling me that I'm muted, but I'm seeing levels. So I just wanted to make sure. Girl, oh my God. Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you doing today? Okay. How y'all doing today? Girl, it's so much to get done. Like life is life and adult shit is going on. I look up and it's 1:30 and I'm just now ending the show. I was like, oh girl, I have got to check on the dogs and make my coffee before I start this video. So excuse my tardiness, but I'm here nevertheless. Okay, and I am ready. I would like to remind everybody, if you are not a member of my channel, meaning if you do not pay for my content, you are missing out on the BondyBlue show lives that I do that are members only. I hate the fact that the audio was so messed up until like the end of the video with me and Lyric. But we're going to do another one. So don't worry. Now that we know what's going on, hopefully he won't be really late tonight, because if he's not too late tonight getting home, then we'll do it again tonight, because there are things that I want to discuss. So, in commemoration of he and I's 6th year of marriage together, child, and our almost 13 years of being a couple, Jesus. Okay. Okay. We came to y'all on our anniversary, the members, and gave y'all a live. But because the 2 mic setup, I'm gonna get a mixer. But mixers are like, hundreds of dollars. And I already, the 2 mics, it's a lot going on, y'all. You got to get new content. This is why it's important to be a member. Okay. But yes, be a member. If you are a member on YouTube, a member on Patreon, a member of the website, the one place that you all come together is in the Discord. So if you are a member in any capacity, make sure you get the Discord link. Okay. I'll send out another one soon. But child, you know how people like to act like it's so bad and it's so terrible and make me feel bad about it. Like, there are people that like to make me feel bad about shit on here, and I get it. But I'm a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, so I don't like for stuff to be messed up. I just really don't. Thank you everybody that was wishing me happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Like, we cute or whatever. I'm this is listen, okay? Yes, if you are a member on YouTube, check the community page. Patreon, you should have got an email. BondyBlue show. Check the forum. Make sure you download the Spaces app. That is how you will get the notification to your phone when I have a new upload coming, a new live coming that is members only. Now, the members only lives are eventually released whenever I remember to release them. But if you would like to be there at the beginning when we are having the conversation, then become a member. Also, in April, Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back. Love and Marriage Huntsville is a members only live, just so we're clear. So a lot of people have not seen my Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews in a minute, and it's because you're not a member. Okay? Just a little housekeeping right quick to let y'all know what's up. Okay? But yeah, I appreciate all of my members. I appreciate everybody that pays for the content. It's extremely important and helpful, especially during these times where, y'all know, if you have YouTubers in your Rolodex, we all say the same things. Because, in our little area of YouTube, baby, okay, this is where they like to come and tax at. This is where they like to come and limit your videos. This is where they like to come and take portions of your paycheck away. This is where they like to come and cap so that, because they have more money now more people now that they have to put this money across the board, cutbacks, recession. Okay. So it's just, okay. It's a lot. It seems like they just went on break. Yeah, that's how they do it. I told y'all. What is the app to download? Spaces. Yes, when you go to my website, BondyBlueShow.com, you become a member on my website. The first thing that pops up is for you to send your phone number in. When you send your phone number in, it sends you the link to download the Spaces app, which gives you notifications on your phone from the forum. Okay, so yes, that's for that. Now, the other thing is Discord. Discord is another place where you can receive the links. Everybody, shout out to DeQuasia and, a lot of other people that post the links immediately when they see them. They post them in the Discord for everybody. So if you are a member, I'll send out another Discord link today. Make sure you are in the Discord, because that is another space for everybody to be in one place together. Okay? Bondy, will you be doing Yes. I did not set the recording, but right after this one, we're going to do Real Housewives of Potomac and Queens of R&B. And I'm going to do Queens of R&B before Real Housewives of Potomac. So that's the next live. So make sure y'all come back for that. Like the video as y'all come in. Okay. I'm happy to see everybody. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love. Girl, we're not going to be here long because honestly, as the video is titled, Ready to Love is just not giving. It's not giving. And I feel like the only reason I'm here is because I don't like not, I don't get notifications on that space there for the live, so I miss it. I hate that for you, Shanna, and we're working on it. Because I know a lot of people were saying that if they're a member on the website lately, they have not been getting notifications. So shoot me an email, okay, just so I can, bondy.brittany@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, and I'll make sure to get with my guy and make sure that people are getting their notifications. Okay, it's always something. When I think when the website did a update on the apps, it kind of fucked up the notifications. Excuse my French. But it messed up the notifications when they did this new upgrade. And so now it's like something we have to figure out. It's always something, child. Always something. But yes, Ready to Love needs to go at this point. I hate it for OWN, because I feel like OWN has such good concepts for shows, but the way the shows are produced is so phony. I feel like it ultimately limits the entertainment value. But I've been feeling like that about reality shows across the board, to be honest with you guys. Which is why, like, I feel like I'm about to be like messy, and I'm not really trying to be messy, but it's just crazy to me how, somebody just said Love and Marriage DC isn't giving either. It's not really. It's more entertaining than Ready to Love, but it's not giving either. And I have to wonder what's going on over there on, okay, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. Okay. I'm going to let it go. Anyway. So this episode of Ready to Love, the men meet the exes. All right. Jeffrey wants to talk to Tommy about her exes. It's a very delicate situation. Okay. So she explains that the only two exes that are really important are her children's fathers. And the first one was her high school sweetheart. They were together for like 12 years, but she hasn't seen or talked to him in like 6. And the second was for 3 years. And, she was with this man and she gifted him a child. And he eventually said emotionally he just could not handle it anymore. And, he wanted to focus on his work. So I really don't have contact with any of my exes. And, so I'm just, I really understand how important it is to the process. But, I just don't have any of my exes. And I'm just kind of like, Jeffrey, Okay, so for me, and I could be wrong. I will preface this. I could be wrong. But in my mind, Jeffrey is not real with herself. She's not. Now, when it came to that Blake situation, I stand on what I said because I recognize what was going on with Blake. But just because somebody can recognize that somebody else is crazy doesn't mean they're not crazy also, okay? Jeffrey has always given, I'm projecting a form of femininity that I know that black men like, but essentially it's given fake. It's given that's not who you really are, or you live in fairy tale land as it pertains to your relationships. While you're in them, there's all of this happily ever after, get married. Oh my God. Y'all, listen, as a married woman who started out this video telling y'all I have now been married for 6 years, and I really don't feel like I'm not going to make it to 7. Okay? I don't know if we'll make it to 10, bitch, but I know I feel like we'll make it to 7. Okay? He just bought a brand new mattress. We'll make it to 7. No, I really love my husband. It's just hard. So there is a piece of me that feels like I really don't like the thirst behind marriage and romanticizing something that really is beautiful, but so hard to do. And everybody acts like, it's just this, this beautiful, blissful life of, you being with your perfect man, and you're getting, all of the gifts and amazing sex like every day. And, but it's like, no, like everything is, goes up and down. And the hard part is trying to stay honest, connected, and with each other as this shit goes up and down. Like, it's basically finding somebody you like enough to hold on to them while you're on a fucking roller coaster. Like, that's what it's like. And it's so hard. And I feel like I really don't like the way people portray marriage. I don't like the way people talk about it. And sometimes I really don't like the way people glorify it, because I think they don't really understand what it is. And I think nobody really understands what it is until they get in it. And then when you get in it, you realize that you were so hyper focused on getting the ring, the wedding, the marriage, the title, that the shit that it takes to make that keep going, you really don't know if you have. Because you weren't really focused on that. You weren't really focused on, do y'all really like each other? Can y'all really resolve issues together? Do y'all listen to each other? Can you be honest with each other? How do you handle when the person that you love is telling you some shit that hurts you, that you don't want to hear? What about when y'all aren't really feeling each other like that for the moment? Because that happens too. And so there's a part of me that rolls my eyes as much as I love my husband. And like I said, we're making it to year 7. Okay? And we just made year 6 2 days ago. We're making it to year 7. Child, by the grace of God, I pray. Okay? I'm just saying right now, I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Okay? And likewise. But it's so hard. And you really have to love the person. You really, really have to love them, and love them in a real way. Not in a way where you only love them when they're doing what you want them to do. You only love them when they're satisfying whatever your empty shit is. No, loving a person for real in a marriage is loving them when they fucked up, loving them when shit is not right, loving them when it's hard, loving them when their honesty is hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Loving them when they have to work their shit out, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Giving them the space to do it, and not taking everything that they say and do personal in the relationship. Like, and when I say personal, I mean everything that they do is not because of you. Sometimes it's because of what's going on in them. So when people get on these shows and it's like, let's hurry up and get married. And it's like, but girl, you don't have an ex that can speak for you on this show. It makes me feel like you don't want us to see what your relationships look like once the fairy tale has been lifted. Once all of that shiny, pretty, glittery shit that you imagine about relationships has gone away and you have to deal with a person that you are extremely comfortable with, that you may have a problem with. Like, once that like initial shit goes away, how you handle each other matters. And there's a lot of people that once that initial romanticization or whatever the fuck, whatever the word is I can't think of right now, when that initial shit is over and y'all get in conflict with each other, all of the care goes out of the fucking window. So for me, like, especially now that I'm getting older, I feel like the things that made me want to be with my husband when we were initially together are the things that have held us together. You know what I'm saying? Like, really liking each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, really being friends, really caring about each other, really caring about each other's feelings, really wanting to be with each other, even when it doesn't always feel good. Like, and when I say feel good, I mean, like, when I was looking back on pictures of us over the past year, there were so many times when we were going through a hard time, but in that moment when we were together, everything in that picture was real. If we was kissing, if we was hugged up, if we was laughing, if we was smiling, that's exactly what the fuck we was feeling in that moment, regardless of the overall, you know what I'm saying, vibe at the time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like that says a lot. That says a lot about, you know, being able to still find a way to enjoy each other even when shit is not perfect. It's not fairy tale, you know? And so the way women seek out marriage to me comes from a place of feeling like they want to fit in. They want to get exalted into the next level of womandom, and the wives have the highest level of womandom. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I really could have been this nigga's girlfriend for the rest of my life when I think about it. Now that I know. Now, don't get me wrong. I want the nigga's insurance, okay? I want his insurance, okay? We had a conversation in the bed the other morning where it was like we was watching something, and I was just like, when I really think about it, you know, because a chick took the fall for somebody. We was watching Monk, and a chick took the fall for this dude. And I was like, bruh, the only person that I would consider covering up a crime with is my husband. And that's the only person that nobody can force me to testify against. Because I was like, bitch, you out of your mind. There's no way in hell. And if y'all knew, you know what I'm saying? Like what it takes. Child, Simone, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, knowing what you know now, would you do marriage in general over again? Yes. Yes. I don't regret a thing. I think everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. Like everything, when we were getting married, like, you know, we had been together for like 6 years by the time we got married. But when we were actually getting married, the day of, it was calm. And I was sure of my decision. And I was happy with, like, everything was like falling into place for me, energetically, spiritually, in order for me to feel like that's what needed to happen. The only reason I got married was because we were together for so long, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm going anywhere, so I'm not about to be a girlfriend for another 6 years, so what you gonna do? Like, that's the only reason we got married. That wasn't on my list of things to do. I just so happened to turn around and be like, damn, we've been together for like 6 years. Do you want to like make this shit official or what? You know? But now that I know what I know, I probably would have maybe, I don't know, like, no, because I feel like now that I wouldn't know what I know if I didn't do it. But I do tell women that it's not what they think that it is, and you shouldn't feel pressured to rush into it just for the sake of being married. You should really, really love that person. That's what should be like the most important thing, that the person is somebody you want to build something with. And a lot of times I feel like that's not what people are thinking about. Thank you, Visual Taste, for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, love being a member. Happy anniversary and love the live you had together. Best birthday week for me. Ah, thank you so much. And happy belated birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you have a really good one. So yeah, y'all, I hate to be in my life right now, but I had to, like, cause that's like the first thing that Jeffrey says during her date, because this nigga made her a plate of food, was, "Oh my God, can we hurry up and get married now?" And it's just like, I know there were a whole bunch of women that felt the same way. And it's because your expectations are so low that whenever somebody does something for you that you would easily do for them, cooking them a fucking meal, you feel like that means they deserve to be husband, even though they could be making meals and eating asses on a daily basis with a whole bunch of different chicks. Okay? I'm just saying, But nah, I definitely would still do it again. I would do it again. All of it. All of it. I don't regret anything. But I do feel like I could have been, if I had this knowledge, if I had the understanding that it's not necessarily necessary all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessary all the time. It's not. I probably would have waited, or I probably wouldn't have. We would have just been boyfriend and girlfriend forever, child. But being married makes you have to stick it out. That's what it does. It makes you have to wait to come back around to when the shit is back good again, because it's gonna have that cycle. Life has that cycle. Your day has that cycle. The world has that cycle. Okay, the up and the down, on the way to the up, on the way to the down. Like, you, it's all a cycle. So it's gonna be a cycle no matter what. Yes, the date with Andre felt like a Ready to Love commercial. Exactly. That's what I was talking about. That date that they went on. Okay, I was just like, a lot. It was sweet and it was cute, but it was giving fake. A lot of people who on their wedding day be feeling disturbed in their spirit, but go through to a peace society. Yes. When I heard Whoopi Goldberg say that she didn't love any of the men she married, but felt like that was the way for her to be accepted, was to be married, I was just kind of like, I don't give a about being accepted that much. Now, let's not forget, she was marrying a whole bunch of rich white men. So there's, it wasn't like it was about to be struggle love or anything. The judgment placed on unmarried women, especially if they have kids, will have them entering marriages for the wrong reasons. People think I'm crazy for being single for like 2 years. Child, not only do they think you crazy if you single, they think you crazy if you married and you don't have kids. As if we can't just like each other that much. Like, oh my God. My husband and I grew up together, literally, good, bad, and ugly, no regrets. Kids who became whole and have fallen in and out of love multiple times, but have liked each other the entire time. And that right there, falling in and out of love, but liked each other the entire time. That right there. That's important. I'm telling you, because if you don't like the person, when y'all get in conflict, you will dog them out. It's just what it is, man or woman. The current guy I'm dating are both looking to move to Delaware when we retire, and I have no thoughts of moving in together. We both plan to go in our separate residences, but still be together. And I like that. I think more people should do that. I do. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to have your own house and your own space. Everybody doesn't have to go by the same rule book. And that's what I wish everybody will understand. Like, everybody doesn't have to do what you do or how you do it or how you see it. Like, you have your specific point of view because you're the only one that's you. I've been married for 10 years now, and about 5 years ago, I definitely discovered that I appreciated my independence after being all about my husband. This is me. Love my independence, like finding myself again as the person that I kind of came into this world as. But because of all the things that happened to me and happened in my life, I felt the need to be something different. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what a lot of these women on these shows do. They feel like because they have not found their forever man yet, they need to bend themselves into a pretzel in order to find that. And a lot of them are just bullshitting to be on this show for whatever reason. Okay? But let's talk about Morgan. So Morgan has Junior, her ex-boyfriend, meet with Lyndon and Tony. Lyndon says they are both chill, and that's why he likes her so much. I like Lyndon too, but I don't think Morgan and Lyndon are a real match. I don't think Lyndon is how do I say this? I don't want to say responsible enough, but he has a roommate. And Morgan gives, I have my own 4-bedroom house. Like that, I feel like Lyndon needs to find a woman that is relaxed like him. Because I think he has a relaxed outlook on life. And I don't think there are any women left that have that same outlook on life. He needs to find a woman that goes from job to job, but is good at those jobs. She takes care of herself, but she's not tied down to wanting to be, a wife and a home and a mother and all of this shit. Because I feel like Lyndon seems to be the type of guy that kind of goes by the seat of his pants. So he and Morgan's connection seems weird to me, but it's probably sexual. But whatever. Tony says they connect spiritually, and I roll my eyes because I told y'all I feel like Tony uses spirituality to manipulate women. Junior went out, and when he came home, she put, so the story about her putting Nair in her man's shampoo because he went out, and Tony feels like she lied about being in love. How can you say you were never in love if you were angry enough with a man to put Nair in his shampoo? And I'm like, that doesn't have anything to do with being in love. That just has to do with how petty you are. See, a lot of y'all don't understand that the way people relate in relationships is not always a signifier of their feelings, but merely what they've seen in relationships. So because I think Morgan has seen some petty shit in relationships, like I think her mom or whoever her mom messed with probably did some shit to a man when they want to get back at him. She's learned how to do that in her relationships. She wasn't necessarily in love with that man, but she didn't like the fact that she felt disrespected. And see, here's the thing that a lot of men don't understand. Because we live in this misogynistic ass world, y'all seem to think that y'all are the only ones that have this dying need to be respected. And if you're not respected, then you're angry. And you're going to do shit because you're angry. Okay, that's what men do, right? Because they always talking about men need to feel respected. It's like, no, that's your way of trying to act as if women don't need respect as well, so you don't have to respect them while demanding respect. Shut up. No, women desire respect as well. And Morgan felt disrespected, so Morgan did something crazy, like nared this man's hair. Okay? That's insane. And she needs to go to therapy. I hope the therapy that she suggested for Blake, she's already done for herself, because that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. His hair grew back, though. His hair grew back. But I feel like Morgan has been giving crazy, but women are allowed to give crazy because men find women who are crazy attractive. That's their toxic trait. I want you, a lot of you men out there that act like y'all are not attracted to crazy bitches, stop lying. Y'all like crazy bitches. Y'all like women that do shit like that. That man probably was so mad that his hair was gone, but it probably made his dick semi-hard because, oh my God, she's that mad. She must really be into me because she's that mad. That's what Tony thought. That's what Tony thought, because Tony probably likes to get that same reaction out of women. I'm not saying what Junior did was messed up. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I don't understand why you that mad that he went to the club. You sound crazy as hell to me. I don't understand being mad about stuff like that. Okay? But that's just me. And, the next BondyBlue show, we're going to have a conversation, because I saw a post, this girl going off about how she did all of this following of the girls that worked at the club to see if he followed any. I was just like, girl, you need to go to school to be an investigator and stop with the bullshit. See, when y'all like to do crazy shit like that for men, it's because you haven't had access to what your real career should be. Okay? You're not thinking that you going that deep means that you need to be working for somebody's police department as a cop that won't kill black people. Okay? One that will actually investigate. Because to me, for you to go that far, bitch, you need to be making money off those types of skills. Excuse me. But in relationships, to feel like you need to do all of that, that's crazy. You shouldn't have to do all of that in relationships. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be doing that. So when Morgan had this response, I think Tony was like, oh, she really was feeling him in order to do something like that. She lied about her feelings. And I'm just like, no, she's just crazy. She's just crazy, son. The fact that she did this to someone she wasn't in love with is even more bananas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's just crazy. I don't think she was really in love. I think and then I think there's a difference. I think you can have strong emotion for somebody. I think you can think you love them and you don't really love them. You just might like their sex. The dick might make you feel like it's love. And then they disrespect you and you realize, nigga, you never really loved me at all. Okay, Tony looked like he punched holes in the walls with his Keith Sweat talking ass. I mean, he is giving the Sweat Hotel. I don't like Tony. Tony is a player and he likes that. Yes, player type dudes almost like a part of almost getting caught turns them on. And I didn't even realize that until my homeboy told me. My homeboy was like, a part of being a fuck nigga is liking that you could possibly get caught being a fuck nigga. And the women who like fuck niggas, y'all like to catch them because you want to go through you hurt me, Jody, da-da-da-da. And then, oh, I love you so much, Jody, That's what y'all want, okay? She needs a healthy situation. Morgan's ex looks like Dante in the face. He does. Lust can feel like love to some, for real. But there are a lot of people that are crazy like Morgan, okay? But I also want to clock the fact that I feel like crazy women can clock crazy men and they're either repelled or attracted. And I feel like the fact that both Morgan and Jeffrey called out Blake first is a testament to the fact that was crazy recognizing crazy. Okay? Cynthia meets Cynthia has James, her baby daddy. Okay, first of all, the baby daddy was extremely extra. And when I tell you that, what's your boy name? Andre could not take the heat. And this is how you can tell that Andre's self-esteem is false. Anthony is a player ass dude. And I didn't think I realized it at first. But see, when he got up from that table, he was leaving because homeboy was pissing him off too. He didn't want to stay too long, talk too much. He might say something that dude would pinpoint and, do this go back and forth with. But see, homeboy, the baby daddy is toxic as fuck. I don't care what he talking about. The fact that you even felt the need to argue with them people like that shows that the way you argued with Cynthia probably was one of the most tiring experiences of her life. You ever argue with somebody, they just don't want to be wrong? So even though you prove your point, they still want to go around and around in a circle with you. But yeah, I already ripped that apart. Why are you still going back to that? We've already handled that. Why are you going back to it? It's because you just don't want to lose the argument. So you want to keep just saying shit in a circular manner. That's the vibe he gives me. That's the vibe he gave me. So it felt like to me, James still wants Cynthia. And honestly, I'm not shocked. Andre, say Forbes one more time. Say Forbes one more time. Okay? He was shaking in his space boots. Okay? Andre, and to me, this is how, there are certain things about men that you could tell they're not as secure in themselves. And when they're not as secure in themselves, they don't handle situations properly all the time. And I told y'all that about Andre when Andre was asking if you like dark-skinned men, if you like ugly men. Then I don't want to point out the obvious, but his need to part his hair and do half up and half down as if he has any type of growth in his hair. It's only in his mind because it shows my hair is a softer texture. So yeah, I might be ugly and dark-skinned in his mind, y'all. In his mind, not mine. In his mind. This is what he thinks of himself. I'm not sure, but I'm sure, okay? Because his hair is softer and he can put it in a little ponytail and have the rest and the juices swirling in the back. and he was in Forbes, he feel like that's impressive. But when you a real man and you know that your security has to come from inside of yourself, you can pinpoint all of these little insecure ass nigga things on Andre. Andre was shaking. He couldn't wait to get out of there because when a stronger personality entered the room, he broke. And that's what I be talking about. You have to be careful of men that when a stronger personality comes into the room, all of a sudden they docile. Okay, either that or they can't take the heat. Now Anthony, on the other hand, Anthony knows how to handle his shit, and that's because Anthony has been in high stress situations with women a lot. You could tell. So when he said, "Nah, you can get my number from her, and we'll chop it up because I ain't going nowhere," hit the shot and got up and deuced out, I was just like, Anthony's a Mac. Anthony's a Mac. He's a contender. Okay, that was a nice move there. But like James said, it was game, which means he's just gotten really good at how to feel himself in a certain way and then project that out. And if you know what I mean, if you have confidence in yourself and you know how to project that energy outward, you know that even in moments where you might feel a little bit nervous, you can do that. You can get your energy, muster it up, and project out security, even when you might feel a little insecure. And I feel like that's what Anthony did. And that's some special nigga shit. But that's also somebody that will play with your feelings. I like Anthony, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I have been liking Anthony. Anthony wants to take y'all out dancing, take you out for a good meal, have good conversation, but he doesn't dig too deep because he's a player. But to me, it's that old Mac that I like, because back in the day when dudes were players, they actually would take the time to like hone certain skills or certain advantages that they have. Like, I know how to dance. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. So they will hone those skills, and that's what they showcase to women to get women to feel like they're so special, right? And the women will really want to like them and want to be around them. And they kind of, once they realize they got them, then they keep the woman at a certain distance so that they don't get too caught up. But it's all about showing you all of the things that they've mastered to get you to come close so that they can get what they want to get out of you, get their check mark for pulling you and then move on to the next, or have the other, have other chicks at the same time as they have you. So I peep Anthony, but I like it because this time period, these niggas don't try that hard. They not gonna dance with you. They think that's gay. You know what I'm saying? When really a woman would love for a man to come and rub his hips against her hips on somebody's dance floor. Okay, when I dip, you dip, we dip. Okay? Listen, it ain't always gotta be all this, this Jamaican, fucking from the back dancing that y'all be liking to do all the time. That's cute. That's cute. Don't get me wrong. It has its moments. But ain't nothing like a man that know how to, swing you around, twirl you, and then bring you back and put his hand on the small of your back while y'all legs are perfectly intertwined, okay, and moving in the same rhythm, okay? Get into it, all right? And I've seen how Anthony had them girls all excited behind them dance skills, okay? Yes, I feel, yes, she does. Cynthia does favor Kalita Smith. I love me some Kalita Smith. I swear she looked good for the longest. You can become a member here on YouTube by going to my my homepage, the BondyBlue homepage. It'll have a join button at the top. So yes, y'all. Anthony had us a little like listen. Call me the hour, the moment, the minute, the second you get there. Calling me, baby. Okay, that's how he had the girls feeling when he had said that. Jeffrey meets with Blue and Mike and tells them, how all of her kids' fathers are deadbeats. And she just doesn't have any other exes to speak for her. And she felt like they deserved to know that. And then Sue-Ann has Anthony and Blake meet with her ex. Okay, family is important to Anthony. Blake needs to meet y'all first before he gonna act like he like y'all. And I'm just like, Okay, so this more like this reinforces the way Anthony knows what to say with each person. And I also feel like this reinforces that Blake is such an asshole. But I wasn't mad at him. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't mad at him because I gotta meet your family to know if I fuck with them too. I'm sorry. I have to meet your family and find out what type of people they are. But to me, that's a sign that Blake then probably got some hood girl pregnant before. I'm just saying, like, you know, you didn't got some hood girl pregnant before, didn't you? And now you mad. See, I feel like Blake likes, he's giving narcissistic and shit, but it's something about him that makes me feel like the women that I want to see the type of women he really goes after. Because to me, Suan in this situation, I want to see the type of woman that he actually ends up having a kid with. Because something makes me feel like those girls don't really know who he is, and he sees them as a conquest. And then they get pregnant, and you know, he's supposed to be able to bully them into not having a baby, and they decide to have the baby anyway. You know, because a lot of y'all get mad about that, but that's why you should be more responsible for your Johnson. And if you don't want to have children, you should go and get a vasectomy. Vasectomies can be reversed. I feel like, honestly, y'all need to start entering that into law. Like, that guy that was talking about having 7 baby mamas and 7 kids that he doesn't want to take care of, forced vasectomy. What are we even talking about? I don't understand how y'all can tell us we have to have babies, but y'all can't tell these men who have babies they don't take care of that they can no longer procreate. And if they want to procreate, they have to get a judge's court order in order to do so, to show that they plan on financially being responsible for the child. Because y'all act like taxpayer dollars don't pay for all of these kids that these men don't want to take care of. Like, these women having to go on government assistance is because these men don't want to work and don't want to provide for those children. They want to be, you know, bums that only put their money in showing how cute they are. You know what I'm saying? Child, don't even get me started on dudes who actually have money and don't want to do for their kids, but they want so badly to show everybody how shy they are with the cars and the shoes and the clothes and jewelry and bullshit, but you can't take care of your kids and you don't feel like you should have to because the lady was not willing to, you know, not have a baby. Girl. That's what that reminded me of. I really want to see Blake's baby mamas. I'm mad that they didn't bring any of Blake's baby mamas on the show. I want to see, because I feel like he regrets having those children. And you have 3 of them, sir. So I need to, by 3 different women. So I need to understand, what were you doing? What were you doing, Blake, in order to have children that you obviously didn't want with women that you obviously really didn't like? I just have so many questions there. But I was with him on having to meet your family. Oh, girl. Not the sex is actually better because we know we can't get pregnant. Hilarious. Child. Okay, so Marcia has Tony and Blue meet her ex, and you know, Tony was the only one applying pressure, but I'm bored. Mercedes' ex meets with Anthony and Mark Anthony. Anthony, once again, being a chameleon. We haven't even really seen Mercedes like that. She must be boring. Like, we coming to the end here, and we don't, like, really know who any of these people are. It's weird. But of course, Anthony seemed more confident than Mark Anthony. Does anybody know if Mark Anthony is biracial? Do we know? I don't know. There is something about Mark Anthony when Mercedes' ex gave his feelings about the men. He was basically saying that Mark Anthony seemed less confident, even though he's considered more attractive. But I felt that off of him as well. So for me, sometimes when men are insecure, it can come off like them being unsettled, but pretending like they are. You know what I'm saying? And so it's something about Mark Anthony that feels like I'm fronting. you know, and I'm like trying to keep something hidden. Like that's what he gives. And so whenever put in these situations where somebody's actually trying to find out who he is, it almost gives off of, I'm only gonna tell you what I want to tell you, now leave me the fuck alone type of feel. And it could just be me, because we really don't see a lot from these men. He's Haitian. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not biracial. Okay, the daddy could be Mark Anthony is Haitian, but not sure if one of his parents is white. Okay. Yeah, he does give island boy, but there's some, you know what? It may not be that. You know what I'm probably reading? I'm probably reading the light-skinned crazy nigga thing. Like, that's what I'm probably reading off him. But it's just something like spoiled brattish about Mark Anthony. And sometimes that's a makeup that you see in men, men who have Caucasian mothers, but not all the time. Not all the time. I mean, he can be Haitian and still and still be biracial. But like I said, sometimes it's the same thing. Like that light skin, the light skin nigga vibe, and biracial niggas kind of the same sometimes. So maybe that's what it has crazy. Yes. That's what I'm reading, and he's trying to cover it up, and he often kind of slides down in his chair and kind of has like a very like defensive demeanor about him, even though he might have some lighter complexion Dominican roots. The fact that Blake has 3 kids and 3 different areas of his life that he finds women to play with until she get pregnant, then he dip. Aha. Mark Anthony has crazy. I'm Haitian and light skin, not biracial, so assume we have similar backgrounds. Okay. He used to certain attention naturally and may lose confidence when someone else steps up. Only goes off the looks. There's not really a lot behind it, is what you're saying. He's used to being the hot guy, having no competition. That's another thing. He's not as confident about being a stepdad as he's trying to portray. Not at all. But it's a lot of fake ass energy going on all across the board on this show. Men and women. It's a lot of fake ass energy. He seems hella young to me, like he's used to dating younger women. Yeah, I wonder why they got him on this show. I don't know. Andre cooks for Jeffrey. They have a really cute date. Oh my God, we're getting married. And then the ladies meet up and discuss the dates. I black in and out. Blue goes home and Blake stays. Is Blake considered hot? Not to me. I think his body, he has a nice body. I think he has like a nice physique. But first of all, I hate ball fades. I'm going to just start there. Any man with a ball fade, sorry, not attracted. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know who told you that was cute. It's not, okay? It looked crazy to me. I don't like the ball fade of it all. So that's the first mistake. Weird ass haircut. Okay. Then he has I think his very stick up the ass demeanor is all I can see on him. And this is how, when I tell y'all that somebody being physically attractive means nothing to me, that's what I mean. I really do. How you look means nothing to me. It's a part of it, but you can be beautiful, you can be sexy, you can be fine, you can have a great body, and I still will have no response to you. That's just how I am. I very much read off energy. It's about the energy you give. It's about the energy that you project and portray. And one of the things I am most attracted to is people who are strong, silent, confident types. Oh my God, like my fucking dad. That is so weird. I hate it for me. But that it's sad. I didn't realize one day that that's exactly what I was going to be, attracted to. But that's also why I can recognize crazy behind the eyes, and I can recognize crazy niggas. You know what I'm saying? So trust me when I tell y'all, okay? This is crazy. But give me a strong silent type. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's probably Dominican Haitian mix. Child, it don't even matter. But it has a lot to do with his physical and how he looks. His attitude and the way Mark Anthony comes off has a lot to do with the way he looks. Blake just gets away with being conventionally attractive. He carries no personality, always trying to control his demeanor. And you can feel it. You can feel him trying to control his demeanor. Anybody that's good with energy can tell he's trying to hold something in. Oh my God. I know me and Lyric really want to go see the Creed movie. Cynthia gives lesbian to me. Like, I think she's not going to find her man because she needs to be with a lady, kind of like Robin. You think so? You think so? Now that you say it, I'm not gonna say I didn't get that vibe. But at the same time, I like to leave you alone because y'all all like to act like strictly okay. All right, girl, I ain't gonna argue with none of y'all about it. Like what you like. Blake's head doesn't seem proportional to his body. It's so small. He's cute, but I hate his hair. Yeah, he needs to grow his hair out. He needs to grow his hair out because he looked like a little pencil dick head. Mark Anthony looks like cornbread still raw in the middle. Ooh, that is a very good explanation. Yes, for the strong silent type. I mean, I'm just saying, like that's my preference. Even though I like men to be able to engage in conversation. Like I need you to be able to have a conversation. But I do like people that are charismatic but careful with how they interact with people. I don't know why, but it's hard to explain. But when I think about the people that I've been, most into, especially like Lyric is like the strong silent type, but it's very, amicable. He's a people's person. He'll just talk and get along with anybody. But he's also, not the type of man to just be yapping. He's not doing all that. Men should be seen and not heard. Listen, it ain't even just the men. I was actually thinking about one of my ex-girlfriends too. Like another one that's, very, if you see them out in their energy, they just very chill. But they do kind of have a vibe that reverberates towards people. Like it's a thing. Like a energy that just calls people out. They don't necessarily have to say anything. Yeah, he has a shrinking head. Oh, I wonder what woman he fucked over. Somebody put a spell on Blake. And now his head is shrinking. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So we're moving on. Are we ready? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I just be going off in my life. But from what I understand, this is what y'all love about me. Okay. As I give you me. Okay. Yes. Are y'all liking the video? It's 537 of y'all in here. Only 247 likes. Y'all know when y'all like the video, it tells YouTube to tell people that I'm on live. So if people didn't get notifications, like the video. Watch somebody come in new. Like the video, y'all. Like the video. We about to get into Love and Marriage DC. Okay, child, not me putting Love and Marriage Huntsville as the title. Let me change that. Okay. Love and Marriage DC. Okay. So Arena wants to know why Winter is at the whole little sit down, okay? And I was like, Arena, you are so rude. Like, what you mean why is she here? Because production obviously wanted her to be here. Like, what do you mean? She's being paid. This is a show. There are people behind y'all with cameras and shit, okay? That's why she's here. You know why she's here. Because y'all couldn't have this show popping without her on season 1. Y'all probably wouldn't have got a season 2 without her. So that's why she's here, Arena. Somebody go tell Winter I'm on live because I want Winter to be in the room right now so she can answer some questions for me in the chat. Okay, because I have some questions for her. Okay. So Ashley says, listen, I just want everybody to be cordial. You know why? Somebody in production sat down with Ashley and had a conversation with her and was basically like, bitch, you want to be the queen bee of the show? Then you need to figure out how to bring all of these personalities together. That's what the queen bee of the show does. They do what's best for the show, not what's best for their clique. So are you going to be queen bee of the show and bring all of these women together and make this a good show? Or are you going to just be the mean girl they call you and play this show like, it's your friend, your real friend group? It's a reality show, sis. It's a reality show. Lyric, I'm on the show. Call me back. Okay? So yeah, I feel like production had a conversation with Ashley, which is the only reason why Ashley is suggesting this whole let's move past the foolishness and bring Winter into the group situation. Okay? Winter says, and once again, it's not about friendship. It's just about being cordial. Okay? She just wants to be cordial. And she wants to get her check. Like, let's keep it a buck. Okay? Alicia doesn't understand why Winter is being brought around. Judge Faith, we don't even know you. Judge Faith, you don't even go here. Judge Faith. Okay? So I'm going to need for the person who was not on the show last season not to ask any questions like that, considering the fact that this show probably wouldn't have got a season 2 without Winter. Okay? I'm sorry, but Alicia made me want to get real close to the camera because I was like, ma'am, you don't even go here. We barely know you. If it wasn't for the fact that Ashley is securing her Queen Bee spot, you would be in the background, singing in the background. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Like, nobody, who are you? Who are you? We don't even know you. We don't know nothing about you. You got in an old car accident. We ain't seen nothing about it. Because you don't go here. Winter, go here. Don't ask no questions like that. You ain't Arena. And I'm not even going to let Arena ask that question. The fuck is going on? See, this why they don't want to like me on a reality show. Because I'd have been reading everybody down, breaking fourth walls and shit. Like, because y'all wouldn't have had a show without me. Because this shit would have been boring without me. Because if not, all y'all going to do is kiss Ashley ass. That's all y'all going to do. Okay. So anyway, Joy says, yeah, I don't understand either. And this is the moment where I was like, Joy, Joy, why are you tapping in right now? Joy, we didn't need you, Alicia, and Arena to all ask why Winter was there. Joy, Joy to be. Joy, girl, what? We don't know you either. You don't go here. You go to Ready to Love. You go to Ready to Love. You don't go down to the Love and Marriage DC. Barely. It's very weird to me for people who are just coming on this show this season to be asking Winter or inquiring on why Winter is there. I don't understand it either. Well, we don't understand why you here, except for the fact that y'all like to do cross promotion over there in the DC area of the own network. Y'all like to do cross promotion. Just what? Just rude. Just rude. Winter hasn't said anything to anybody. Just rude. Hadn't done anything. Didn't even know Joy. What is going on? Sherelle says, I don't have a problem with Winter. And I like to give people a chance to fuck me over, okay? Meaning, I'm not a follower, and if I want to be cool with Winter, I'm going to be cool with Winter. Joy, you may not understand that, okay? And I like that because I feel like she was making a point that at the end of the day, Joy, the situation between you and Black has nothing to do with Sherelle. You put Sherelle in it when you decided you wanted to have a nasty attitude towards Sherelle simply because she was married to Black. To be clear. Okay? So what she was saying was, unlike yourself, I like to meet people and actually have an interaction with them before I completely dislike them like you did me. So I'm just looking at it like, oh, y'all really trying to squad up and be the mean girl clique, ain't y'all? Oh, okay. I see where this is going. Ashley says, as long as the friendship isn't about a hate Ashley campaign. Ashley, get your head out of your ass. I'm sorry, Ashley. I got to tell you, get your head out of your ass. You have the tendency, and you did it with Joy, to say things in a way that can come off as judgmental and rude. You and your husband have that in common. Y'all like to come off to people like y'all are better than them by questioning their decisions. That's what y'all do. Okay? You did it to Joy, and you also did it to Winter about her husband. It's one thing to question somebody about why they're going to be speaking to single mothers when they're not a single mother. But it's a whole nother thing to try to tell somebody they're stupid for marrying who they married. It may be true, but it's really not for you to say, and it was fucked up for you to say it. Even if that's how you felt, that was rude as hell, you could have not said it the way you said it, even though it was the truth. Okay? So don't get me wrong, y'all. I understand. Sometimes the truth hurts, and the truth can be rude. Okay, I understand that. But at the end of the day, Winter had done nothing to Ashley in order for Ashley to come at her the way she did. Quick too. So for me, I feel like Quick and Ashley, that's a part of their personality traits that they really like to shine on people. People say something that sounds stupid to them, and they like to really keep going and pointing at that. Oh, so that's what you do? Oh, that's how you do that? Oh, well, that seems stupid. Like, that's what they do. That's the energy. The same thing they did to the Tylers. Oh, I would never talk to my son like that. Ashley and Quick do the same thing. And to me, that is the reason why you and Winter got into it. And that is why Winter decided to throw whatever she could find at your ass, because that's the way you came at her about a situation that was already sensitive for her. For you to act, and then for them to act like she was acting like she was over it. Bitch, I don't care if I'm acting like I'm over it. Do I have to cry in front of you for you to know that telling me I'm stupid for marrying my husband is maybe something that you shouldn't say as somebody that just recently met me? It's called couth. Okay? So to me, I'm just kind of like really, really annoyed with the way that Ashley thinks that the only reason Winter is around Sherelle is because she wants to hate on Ashley. Girl, what are you talking about? You are rude as fuck to people, and when they are rude back to your ass, you like to act like a victim. And that's what you did with Winter. I'm not doing this with y'all, okay? I don't know who calling me from Denver, girl. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, DDD Davis. Okay, I'm gonna get it out. Okay, thank you for being a hilarious genius. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment and the super chat. Thank you. But yeah, I'm looking at Ashley like, girl, this is a personality trait for you. Stop acting like you don't understand what Winter is coming from. Like, you know you mean, bitch. Like, what do you mean? You know you're mean. You know, like, y'all, the reason why I be wanting to like Ashley is because I'm a similar personality. I usually say the shit that other people are thinking but don't want to say. However, as I've gotten older, I've realized there are only certain settings for this, and you only say certain things to people, you know what I'm saying, that you know like that. And another thing is that I know sometimes I can say things that I didn't realize was going to be taken a certain way. So I'm always ready to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend you. I don't then cop an attitude with people and act like I don't know that it's a possibility that I could have said something that offended, because I know how often people like to get offended by the shit that I say. It's a personality trait for me. That's why it's okay sometimes to be like, you know what? If I said that shit and that made you feel a way, I know I can sometimes do that. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with that, Ashley. And it would be so nice if for one fucking moment you and your little bitty ass husband can take responsibility for how rude y'all were to Winter at the very beginning of the season, which is why y'all had the back and forth. You're only mad at her because she responded to your disrespect. And you're going to act like it's not disrespect when it in fact was. Okay? So yeah. Ashley, get your head out of your ass. Thank you for that. What else? Ashley says okay. And then Arena doesn't think Sherelle is a real friend to Ashley. And I just kind of was like, Arena, can you please stop being the second in command, you know, thirsty to be the BFF Gretchen? Like, we know you and Ashley are going to get into it eventually, and I think it's because you're going to get bothered with the fact that Alicia is her number 2 and you aren't. And, you know, it's cool for her to have a number 2 in real life, but not okay for Alicia to come on to the show and think that she's going to take that role as number 2 to the head mean girl Ashley on this show. I think that's going to be like, eventually, that's what the issue is. Because Arena very easily falls into the secondary spot. Pretty, you know, a little vacant, not really all there sometimes, messy, you know, once again, pretty. And because she's already, you know, being treated a certain way in her relationship, she's an attack dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Sherelle pointed it out in their sit down. When they started arguing back and forth, Sherelle said, well, Arena, you need to talk to your husband like that. That's the one you should be talking to like that. And because everybody knows that a lot of times when women are constantly degraded, disrespected, and talked too crazy in their relationships, they'll act out with other people that they feel like they're safer to do that with. And that's why I feel like Arena is always bout it. You know what I'm saying? With Winter and Sherelle, she always bout it. But when it comes to Jamie disrespecting her in front of everybody, she's, well, you can't talk to me like that. But you shouldn't talk to me like that. What's wrong with you, I didn't hear, girl, Jamie talked to you and them kids like shit. You could tell, okay? Anyway, Joy says Sherelle shouldn't have had an issue with Arena because of what she said, even though Arena gave out the information, disseminated the information incorrectly. The issue really should have been with her, with Joy. And I was just like, Joy, I feel like I don't know what's wrong with you in this moment, but to me, if you really felt like that, you shouldn't have sicked Sherelle on Arena in order to get her off your ass. Because that's what you did. Like when Sherelle was coming at you behind what Arena told her, you said Arena told you, said the wrong words. Y'all are playing semantics. The same words that Arena used to describe Black was the words that sum up Shady. Okay? So that was bullshit to me. So if the argument was really supposed to be with you, Joy, why did you send Sherelle after Arena? Because that's what you did. So I'm looking at you like, what the fuck are you even talking about right now, Joy? The only reason Sherelle went and said something to Arena is because you told her that Arena did not say the right shit. That she didn't say it right. That's not what you said. Oh no, I ain't say it like that. She gave you the information wrong. No, she didn't. Arena didn't give her the information wrong. Shady, unreliable, can't trust them. All that shit mean the same thing. Okay. Anyway, Sherelle says, well, it was Arena's messy ass that brought Joy up at my party. And it was. They start arguing. Like I said, Sherelle says she needs to talk to her husband like that. Winter invites everybody to the romancipation and they ask about the Gutter Barbie song. She plays a clip of the Gutter Barbie song. Sounds cute. And it doesn't sound like a bad thing. It's like, it's the night that I want to be a Gutter Barbie is when I go out with my homegirls on some thought shit. Okay? Yeah, like nobody wants to be referred to as a hoe at church, at their job, at school, at home. Nobody wants to be referred to as a hoe. But if me and my homegirl won't go out on Saturday night on some thought shit, then that means we're calling each other those hoes over there. Yeah, but I don't want to be called that. Okay? Wait, somebody said that she's pregnant. Oh yeah? Y'all say Joy is pregnant? You're all in tune with emotions too and being reasonable and having understanding for certain mindsets. Yeah, I mean, I get it, I do. Ashley thinks she is really that important to Winter and I don't understand why. I don't either. I understand Ashley as a person, but can I get along with her though? Hell nah. Nah, because nobody wants to be around somebody that don't give a fuck about hurting their feelings all the time. Arena shouldn't be looking for friendship with Ashley or the way she did season 1. Yes, Arena has so much smoke for all the ladies, but none for Jamie. Jamie 3 said last night he acted that way because cameras were rolling. Jamie is going to find any way to make excuses for the way he was acting, but I personally feel like I've seen enough of Jamie to know a verbally abusive alcoholic when I see one. And that's what he is. I don't care, because to me, that was all an act, but at the end of the day, you're acting the way you normally act. You're just doing it right now because the cameras are on. But you did it to your son. And you do it to Arena in private. Like, the fuck? The cameras are not always around. Okay? Like, get out of here with that. But yeah, I guess they're saying that Joy is pregnant. I haven't seen any confirmation of that. But I'm happy for her if they are. Okay? That's a blessing. So anyway, Clifton and Joy meet up with Carmen. Y'all remember Carmen was his number 2 on the show. We did not like Carmen. We did not like Joy. So the fact that they're now friends even though they were vying for the same man, should let you know how fake Ready to Love is. Clifton has to have surgery. Joy says Ashley and Alicia are messy. And I feel like this was so weird to me because I didn't understand how all of a sudden Joy had an issue with Alicia and Ashley. Like, I understand her having an issue with Ashley for what she said to her about speaking to single moms, but that was at the beginning of the season. Ever since then, I mean, yeah, she pointed out that you had tennis shoes on and not heels, but so what? Like, and then later on, she says that basically what happened was they all met up without Sherelle, and Alicia was talking shit about Sherelle's hair. And I was like, oh, here y'all go. Like, is it because it's naturally textured? I hate those girls. I hate those girls that would rather, like, you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear on your head. If you want to wear some Indian lady's hair on your head, girl, I don't begrudge you. I love me a long 22-inch Malaysian, okay? But at the same time, the way that y'all talk shit about the women who want to wear extra hair or fake pieces that look like their hair texture, the way y'all like to act like that looks so bad and all of that, like, I actually liked her hair big like that. I thought it was cute. So I was just kind of like, oh, we're doing that. I don't know why, but it seemed like that's something that Alicia would do. Alicia seems messy like that. Like, that she would talk about the girl when she's not there and then smile in her face because she don't want to get her ass beat in front of her. I mean, that's just kind of what it seemed like to me. Yeah, the kinky wig. It probably was a kinky wig. And it's giving mad childish and, insecure. And I ain't gonna say nothing. We'll wait on it. Because y'all know as soon as you say the word colorism, somebody gonna pop their head up and say some dumb shit. But Joy says Alicia was talking bad about, okay, so yeah, we'll wait to see if that was true, but that's the reason why Joy is like, shit, I don't know if I could trust y'all. But it's like, at the end of the day, Ashley has already talked shit to you in your face. Alicia, was you really trying to be friends with Alicia, or was you just trying to be friends with Ashley and, because Alicia's there, we're being forced to do this? Like, I don't know. But the moment seemed produced in a way that I feel is not really real. Like, Joy, do you really have an issue with Alicia? Because it just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know. It came out of nowhere. I feel like we missed something. There was a sit down. There was a meeting. There's an explanation for this that we're really not getting, because her saying some shit about Sherelle that's not a good enough reason for me with Joy, because Joy is not a girl's girl. Joy is not a girl's girl. The way she threw that shit out there about Winter, we know that's because Sherelle brought Winter and she don't like Sherelle. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, so now you mad at Alicia because Alicia was making fun of the girl that you don't like? Like, I get your point, but something just felt like, I don't know. This don't make real sense to me. Maybe they edited something out that we're missing, but it just kind of seemed weird. Anyway, Quick and Ashley argue again about Antonio waking up for school. And I was watching Roxanne video, and Roxanne made a really good point about how they needed to be on a united front when they sat down to talk to their kids. And the reason why they're not going to be on, a united front when they talk to their kids is because Quick is trying to assert himself as the man and the father, and that's supposed to be the one that's in control. But essentially, you aren't home enough to be in control of anything. And everybody knows that Ashley is the one that's really in charge of the kids, okay? Because she's the one that's actually there raising, waking up, doing the things. So all that shit you talking is real cute, but you're not gonna be here. So don't nobody really care about what you talking about. Ashley don't care about what you talking about, and Antonio don't care what you talking about. They just giving you a moment to feel like you the big man telling everybody what to do, when really you're not even home enough to tell them what to do. And when that little boy probably getting up to go to school, you sleeping, so you don't give a shit. You probably want Ashley to stay in the bed so she can stop breaking your rest. And my thing that's aggravating to me is for him to think that let him miss school a few times. Let him grow up and be a man. He's not a child. He's 15 years old in the 9th grade. And I'm just kind of like, Quick, do you know another thing that causes your children to get in with the wrong crowd and act the fool? when you're trying to convince yourself and convince them that they're more grown than they are. Yeah, no, he should be getting himself up, and y'all need to be on him about that. But the idea that he's no longer a child means that you're now thrusting him into adulthood, even though he's not ready for it. So what happens when you make kids feel like they grown just because they tall, or like you're making them adults before they really are? And if somebody does something to your fucking kid, the first thing you're going to say is he's a kid. But when it comes to how you raise him, you want to see him as a man. He's a child. He should still be treated as a child. He's only in the 9th grade. Yeah, that's his first year of high school. I don't even understand how somebody could feel like somebody that's in their first year of high school is grown. You are not grown. I remember my first year of high school. I barely, child. But you know, like in comparison to how my brain was working at 17, 18, it still wasn't the same at 15, my freshman year of high school. You are still very much a kid. My people was very much still banging on the fucking door to wake me up in the morning sometimes. And it's also a time period where you're physically more tired because of the hormones, okay? Like your hormones are heightened during that age range because you're growing. So it's not even the same. You know what I'm saying? Like you're thinking in your adult mindset, oh, he should be able to get himself up, but he's not fully an adult. So I don't even like the attitude of you saying he's not a child. He is a child, and you need to treat him that way and recognize that he is a child so that he recognizes he's a child that's growing to be an adult. So as he gets older in his childhood, he has more responsibilities, but that doesn't mean he's not a child. And I don't like the way you said it, because I feel like that was your problem. You thought you was too grown too soon. That was little Jamie's problem. Thought you was too grown too soon. You can go out in this world and make all of these type of big man mistakes and shit because you think you grown. You think you know better. Like, he's still a kid, bro. I didn't like that. Y'all, I still don't like that he keeps saying that. I was confused in the hallways 9th grade year. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not making smart decisions in the 9th grade. It just the hormones. All I remember for the most part. My girlfriend. Class. My girlfriend. Like I'm just saying, like I was always about my school. Because I always knew like you have to get yourself a certain way, a certain place no matter what's going on with anybody else. So school was always important to me. But at the end of the day, like as a kid, them hormones and the way your mind cannot handle all of those different things at one time, it feels like y'all thrusting these kids into adulthood is also a mistake, because you don't think you have to teach them certain things, and then you expect them to learn it, and then you make them feel stupid when they don't know certain things, and then when they get older they feel like they should know it. If they don't know it, they get frustrated with it and say fuck it, and that leaves them at a disadvantage. I did that a lot because my father would get impatient with me about certain things. So if I couldn't understand something fast enough, I would just be quiet or pretend like I didn't know. I'll pretend like I did understand because I didn't want to get hit. You pretend like, I'm just saying, you pretend like you understand things because they've taught you to be impatient with your learning because you're not picking it up fast enough for them. And that's what this is. Because he's not picking it up fast enough for you, you get impatient with him. That's how he's going to be with himself. And that's not how he should be with himself. They don't have to have it all figured out by 18 quick. They don't. And they're not. No matter what you do. They're not going to have it all figured out at 18. They're not going to have it all figured out at 23. They're not going to have it all figured out at 26. Honestly, I feel like as an adult, I didn't really start to become this version of myself until I was like 28 years old. That's when this adulting started to happen. The first adulting started to happen at 19 when my dad died. That wasn't the first. That was the second. The first adulting happened when I went to New York. And what I mean is me realizing that I could take care of myself in some respect, how to be responsible for myself, how to keep my head on a swivel. As a young girl, getting around in the world and being able to do that successfully, to me, was a sign that I had matured in some way. Then, high school, graduating, handling all those responsibilities, keeping my grades up, doing what I was supposed to do. Like, my responsibilities. That made me feel like I was, more adult, is the fact that I handled my responsibilities well. So like, there are all these, like, to me, time periods where you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. But a lot of that growing is going to happen 15 to 25, that 10-year span. And those are the years that you still have to be helping your kids because they're still trying to figure it out. And the idea that you're going to thrust them out into adulthood and then, sink or swim. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, bro. These kids be sinking and then you get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. It's okay to teach them longer. It's okay to be a little bit more patient with them. I'm not saying make your kids be bums or anything like that, because I am so anti-bum. But at the same time, the way Quick is talking, I feel like that's counterproductive. So Antonio not going to listen to him anyway, because you're not really there. You have to guide them continuously after 18. Yes, like the way I still relied on my mother for like emotional support until I got to a certain age. Now I make it a point not to call her with bad shit. I don't need you to emotionally support me all the time anymore, because now I'm almost 35 years old and I can get my own shit together. So when I'm feeling away, I'm going to get my shit together. And then when I talk to you, it's already been handled, versus when I was 22, 23, every time I got upset, I was calling my mom. You know what I'm saying? Right. The human brain is not mature until about 25 and can even be later for boys. Okay, child, that's what y'all say. I feel like it's later for boys because y'all coddle them, not because their brains don't work as fast as ours. But then again, I'm going to leave that alone because y'all like to act like, dudes is superior because they got bigger muscles and shit. I'm going to just leave y'all alone about it. But anyway, Arena has her wig line. She has the event coming for her wig line. She invites Ashley and Joy to come and try wigs on. Arena doesn't understand why Ashley is bringing Sherelle around and why she's allowing Sherelle to bring Winter around. And I'm like, Arena, what do you mean allowing? What the fuck is Ashley supposed to do about Sherelle and Winter being friends? Like, what's she supposed to do about that? You sound crazy as hell telling another grown woman that she's not supposed to allow another grown woman to be friends with another grown woman. You sound crazy. But that's how you know Arena doesn't have any boundaries. Boundaries should teach you that there are certain things as an adult that you don't have the right to tell somebody else, because you wouldn't want them to tell you that. If I'm an adult, I know I can't tell somebody who to be friends with, because I don't want nobody telling me who the fuck to be friends with. Okay? So when Arena feels like she can tell Ashley, I don't know why you're allowing this, it's because her relationships don't have boundaries. And I'm going to take it back to Jamie. Jamie probably has been allowed to tell Arena whatever the fuck. Like, don't do this, do that, don't do this, do that. So because she has a relationship with somebody that dictates to her, she feels like other relationships, it's okay for them to be like that, for you to dictate to somebody who is an adult. But it's because she allows herself to be treated like that. So she feels like, why y'all allowing Sherelle and Winter? Girl, the fuck? Quick and Jamie take Antonio and Lil Jamie to the old neighborhood so that they can have a talk with them about responsibility. And I like this. Okay? Because you really do need to back this shit up for these kids. Okay? When Jamie basically said taking care of your chores in the household is getting you prepared for taking care of your own household. Okay? Eventually, when you're 20-something years old, you're going to have to pay for your own car, your own house, your own shoes, your own food. And you need to be responsible enough to complete tasks on a daily basis to get money so you can do that. That's what it all boils down to. But I wish they would have had this conversation with them. I wish they would have had the conversation of when you go down the wrong path and how that's going to end up. But tell them for real. Because I feel like when we was growing up, they would say shit like you either going to end up in jail or you're going to end up dead. The conversation really needed to be, you're going to end up in jail. You're going to get out. It's going to be hard for you to get a job. So you're going to have to be forced to deal with getting paid little ass money for these jobs you gonna be able to get, or you gonna go back to doing the legal shit. So let's say you go back to doing the legal shit because you're not able to make the money that you really want to make. So you go back to doing the legal shit, you're gonna get caught again, you get caught again, you go to jail. Now you're gonna spend more time in jail. Now by the time you get out, you're in your 30s somewhere or your late 20s. But either way, the people around you who you grew up with who weren't doing the wrong shit are gonna have more comfortable lives by the time y'all get to that age range. You're gonna be looking around trying to figure out why it is that you haven't been able to get that. That's because you spent your early years fucking around and doing the legal shit, whereas they went to school, they held down jobs, they grew outside in the world being responsible for themselves. So by the time they got to 35, their lives are more comfortable. Meanwhile, you trying to figure out how you gonna get a job that pays you more than minimum wage because you have a record now. So then you're gonna go back to doing illegal shit. And once you go back to doing illegal shit, you're either gonna do one or two things. You're gonna end up back in jail for a longer amount of time, or you're gonna end up dead. And then you're just gonna repeat that cycle all over again of either dying or getting out, and then having to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself. And you don't realize that every time you decide to do something illegal to take care of yourself, you are making it harder and harder and harder for somebody to want to hire your ass when you decide to do the right thing, especially because you black. So I wish somebody would have explained it that way, because there are some 50-year-old niggas right now that can't afford a damn thing because they didn't spend most of their 20s and their 30s doing the wrong shit, and now they can only make a certain amount of money. And at that age, they're expected to have more, but they don't, because they were stupid, making stupid decisions at an early age. You have got to break this shit down for these kids and let them know what that's going to look like. So that means all them vacations that people posting on their social media that they good jobs are able to afford them or whatever they got going on. That shit right there, okay, that you wasn't trying to do because you thought that was whack and all of that. That's the thing that's going to be able to make their lives much easier when y'all are old and your ass too old to want to work as much as you need to work to make money. You got to make them think. You got to make them think. You got to make them look into the future in a real way. And I feel like a lot of times people be so busy trying to protect their kids from shit that they are not preparing them in a real way for what life is going to do and what life is going to be like. Thank you, DeQuasia, for the super chat. I feel like production has been trying to use Arena and Jamie as the main couple of the show with their storyline of their family dynamics, but it's not working because of how the fans have consistently turned off with the way Jamie is acting. Whew. And you can tell that they didn't go to therapy for much more than that one sit down. And that's what I said last time. I was like, yeah, but are y'all going to stick with it and actually work through the issues? Or are we just going to see this shit cycling over and over again? Thank you, DeQuasia, for the super chat. That was a lot. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Let's see. I'm not going to lie. I hate seeing these shows sometimes. I love the shows, but I hate acknowledging the messed up mentality of some folks at their big age. Be 16 years from senior citizen being 15. For real. And another thing was Big Jamie was proud of Lil Jamie because Lil Jamie got a job as a teacher's assistant with some at-risk kids. And the first day he went there, it's freezing cold. He got a big old coat on and realized that a lot of these kids didn't have any coats. All they had was sweatshirts. So he started a coat drive for the kids. And see, that's what I'm saying. You know, he didn't realize how blessed he was. And I feel like that has something to do with the way Arena and Jamie raised him. How does he not know that he's lucky? That's because y'all probably didn't raise him to think about those things. For instance, and I'm going to just give y'all an example. I remember when I was really, really young and I had just had another big birthday. And when I say big birthday, it means it was a bazaar. It's a big party. When I was really young, those parties had like big, reveal gifts. And the big reveal gifts, y'all know when we was young, they used to remake all of the things, they remake the kitchen for the kids. They had remade like a little salon for you to wash hair and do everything in, right? So I was so bucked up for this gift. My parent and my aunt, I think, were the ones who got it for me. So they had to bring it in on the back of a truck. It was already set up, and they bring it in my room, and we was playing with it. It was a whole situation, girl. It was a big deal, okay? But after I got it, my mom was working with a lady who, had way more kids, and they weren't doing as good as we were. So my mom was like, so you got this new one and you have those. I had the washing machine and dryer. I had a stove. Child, I had all kind of shit. And then the washing machine and dryer, you know, you do it like this for the clothes. Yeah, I used to have like the best toys when I was a kid. So my mom was like, I'm going to need for you to pick 2 of those that you're going to give away. And I didn't want to do that, but she was like, no, this is what you need to do. You have a lot, and there are people who don't have a lot. So you're going to give 2 of those to somebody else. She took me. We didn't just we didn't just give it the goodwill. No, she took me with her to their house so I could see them, so I can see all of the kids and see how happy it made them to get these toys that I wasn't playing with as much anymore because I had new ones. That one example, I can't even tell y'all how young I was. That one example that my mom showed me that one time was good enough for me to realize that I wanted to be a good person. And I didn't want to be somebody that was all about self, because I like the fact that I realized when I looked around, yeah, our house is kind of nicer than theirs. And, you know, it's a whole bunch of them. And they don't look as neat as I normally look. Like, I'm paying attention to these differences. And so when they got them toys and they all, you know, had something to play with and was so happy and excited, that made me feel good. And I got it. And so at a very young age, I learned that lesson. What were y'all doing with them? Because Jamie says that he took him to the hood. It's like, yeah, you took him to the hood and he made some fucking friends. Y'all should have been trying to teach him how to be a good person and how to be more charitable to other people. And I think a lot of times, because people don't have that mindset, because the Tylers don't have that mindset, you're not teaching that to your kids. So you're not teaching them the real value of what you've given them, because you honestly don't even, compute it in the same way. Okay? You're not recognizing how lucky you are, really. You realize your kid's lucky for having you, but you don't realize how lucky you are. Because if you did, maybe you'd be more charitable. You have to teach your kids through doing shit. And a lot of the times I learned how to be a good person, how to be charitable, how to offer myself up in different ways to people from watching my parents do it, not them telling me to do it. So that's why I feel like, the Tylers really need to take some looks at themselves, because essentially the reason why Lil Jamie, it took him being 26 years old to recognize, like, how old are you? And this is when you finally recognize there are kids out there that don't have what you have. Even when you was hanging with the homeboys getting in trouble, that means y'all were not teaching him these things along the way. And, it's a shame, but sometimes if you didn't get it, you don't know. If your people didn't teach you that was important, then you don't know that you have to teach your kids that. Exactly. He took him to the hood to show that they were better, which is different than trying to show them that we're blessed. And because we're blessed, we should also be trying to help other people who may not, get this same, may not have these same life experiences. They don't have the same money. They don't have the same access that we do. We're blessed. So we should go and help others who don't. That's not what you taught them. You taught them, you see how they doing. You don't want to be doing like them, huh? Okay, then you need to get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, but it's obvious. It's about, and I'm glad that he felt it. Like, that's, to me, that shows that Lil Jamie is not no bad kid. He was never a bad kid. But what were you showing him and teaching him along the way to help him balance it all out? And that's why I feel like there's an imbalance. And that's why, he didn't learn those things the way y'all feel like he should have. Were y'all really teaching him those things? Probably not. You were probably doing the we made it, we shining on folks shit, right? Okay? The Tylers were teaching their kids to look down on people. The Tylers in season 1 was given that they are all about their image. Exactly. Which means they don't care about helping out no people. You know what I mean? They don't care about being of service to nobody else but themselves. And that's what they taught their kid. And now you're upset that you taught your kid how to be selfish and entitled. Like, they watched you do it. Parenting. My mom made me go through my toy box once or twice a year to give away toys I no longer wanted or had outgrown. Yes, constantly in a space of realizing that you need to, give things away. You need to, make other people feel good if you can. He didn't correlate that his homeboys had to steal to have what he had. Didn't even recognize it. And it's probably because it wasn't really explained to him or shown to him the way he should have been, you know? Better meant more money, but not empathy and understanding. Yes. In other words, we are the better black people. Unfortunately, this mindset stems from slavery. Child on everything. So yeah. Winter meets a man on Sherelle and Black's podcast. And I wish Winter was in here because, you know, I heard they really dating now or whatever. They both been through divorces. It was real cute. Sherelle and Black was real proud of themselves for hooking that up. All right. And I'm glad Winter's got a man at home. I'm happy for her. Okay. He's a nice looking man. Look like he know how to hunch. You know, a nigga body type tell you if he know how to hunch. Okay. But Arena had her whole little fashion show situation, and one of the girls was late, so she called Ashley to help her. Ashley was too late to help her and didn't end up walking in the show, but there were, you know, some other people that showed up. Joy did not show up, even though we thought she was going to. Let's see, Jamie. Okay, yeah. So Sherelle and Arena have a conversation. It doesn't make sense why they don't like each other, but they don't like each other. Hey, Socks Elizabeth. Thank you so much for the super chat. The cast is not likable and they treat the audience horribly on Twitter. The only exception is Winter. The show is better, but it is still off. Yes, exactly. Like, they're mean people. They're mean. Okay. I think that's why Winter said that Monique was better than this show. I think that's what they meant. Not to say that, you know, Monique was much better. You know y'all don't like her, y'all drag her. But I feel like it's something about what's going on now that feels like Monique probably would be, you know, I'm going to remove myself. Okay, listen, I'm not going back down this road. Okay, and this feels like the wrong road. It feels like the wrong road. Okay. So yes, Sherelle and Arena's talk, they moving past their issues. Then Jamie comes over telling Arena that he don't care what she do. She gonna come and make these TikTok videos 2 hours a day. I don't care how y'all feel about how I'm talking to my wife. Don't let them buck your head up. I was just sitting up there like, girl, I guess, girl. But yeah, you know. And then on Instagram or TikTok, Arena posted a video of Jamie wearing her wig while, you know, she's doing, you know, the wig. He's sitting there mad while she's, you know, styling the wig since he decided to, you know, act a fool down to her wig show. And I was just like, this is just them playing in our faces. And I don't like it because I feel like they have real issues. I think they have real issues and they show us damn near every week. And instead of staying quiet or dealing with their issues, they like to poke fun as if everybody is just being ridiculous and it's not that big of a deal. And it's just like, hey, it's your family. If it's not that big of a deal that your husband is you know, verbally abusive alcoholic that likes to embarrass you, if that's not a big deal for you, then great, girl. Continue to style your wigs on your husband's head on TikTok to make everybody think that it ain't all that. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not worried, girl. Arena is already tired of Jamie being retired. No, when she turns off a lot of people, Carlos needs to have a huge heart-to-heart with these folks. Ashley definitely turns off fans, or maybe it's just me. No, Ashley turns the fans off. She does. That's why I don't know why they bucked her up like she was gonna be queen of the show. Like, in all honesty, the person has to be somewhat likable, and they're really none of them except for Winter is really that likable in my opinion. I've never really liked people from the DMV. A lot of them are mean and above it all. Yeah, that's what it's given. I take my 2 girls every year in summer, winter times to shelter, pass out hats, love, socks, hygiene, stuff to the homeless, show them giving back because we once was there. Exactly. Shows them to be grateful versus then looking down on people. Yes, Jamie might have taken him to the hood before, but only as a scare tactic to do the work he wasn't able to mentally or emotionally because he don't have the capability. And he doesn't. If like, here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end it and I'm going to come back for Real Housewives of Potomac at like 4 because I need to eat something. But here's the thing for me, you guys. as a parent, you have to be the example. So if you don't handle your emotions, your liquor, your mouth, if you don't treat people well, if you don't, if you don't give a fuck about other people's feelings and you don't mind, disrespecting your wife in front of people and all of that, then you're gonna have to understand when your kids turn around and do the same thing. You're teaching them to be disrespectful by being disrespectful, but you feel like it's okay because you're the parent. I don't know. It's weird. But I just want y'all to know, like, if you don't learn to control your emotions, if you don't handle your shit, don't get mad when your kids can't do it either. And I feel like Jamie, growing up in his time period, you learned structure better than your son did. But that just means your dad provided the structure that you did not. You felt like the structure was a bad thing, so you didn't provide it for your son because you felt like, that was probably some poor people shit. A lot of that structure, a lot of that discipline that your dad probably had you, doing as a young man, you resented him for it on some level. And then decided not to do those things with your son. And now you realize that those were the things that made you responsible. And now your son doesn't have that same, responsibility factor because you felt like to elevate was to no longer have to do certain things. No, it's about teaching responsibility. It's about teaching your kids how to take care of themselves instead of seeing the responsibility of taking care of yourself as something that you can just deal with money. And I think that's what a mindset came in. Y'all were dealing with shit with money, and so you basically taught your kid that same thing. But he doesn't have the wherewithal to get the money right now. But he gonna get it because y'all on this reality show. Now he doing movies and shit. That little teacher's job is cute, but we know that's not what he really want to do if we didn't already seen him playing a security guard in a, all black BET Plus movie or some shit. I think the cast is getting to know each other. They need to, but I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this is gonna go. And I'm gonna just say this. Because somebody said it up here, okay? Velvet said none of the cast are standout stars and they are not likable. Why doesn't Carlos address his own cast instead of Housewives? I was just about to say, I wonder if because Carlos has decided to be more interested in Bravo shows. I mean, when I saw him do the interview with the Love After Lockup people, I said, so now you just want to be a YouTuber. So we're not going to put in the same amount of effort into the shows that you executive produce because you want to be a YouTuber? Child, I guess. Low key, it feel like hustling backwards, but I don't know. I don't know that man life. I just know that it is crazy the way you seem to have more energy and more conversation and just, more passion for somebody else's shows than you do for your own. And your own are struggling to make sense to people, yet you're interviewing people from Love After Lockup. I was just kind of like, girl, what is going on? Like, more power to you, baby. I'm not hating. Do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what this world is for. Do whatever you want to do. You want to be a YouTuber? You want to be an executive producer? You want to do it all in one? Do it, baby. Do it. Be a podcaster. Do everything, love. But at the end of the day, we still going to talk about how these shows that you executive produce and have not been making as much sense since you decided to deter your energy to being the star. Because that's what your late night show was about. Late night show didn't work out. So now we just going to do podcasts and YouTube. Okay. All right. Well, that's my opinion. That's just me. Like the video on your way out. It's 3:35. Give me 4:15 and then Real Housewives of Potomac and Queens of R&B. Okay? I'll make the link. So I'll see y'all in about 30 minutes. All right, bye.